An aging millionaire sits stranded in his sleek BMW, sweat beading on his brow as the Georgia sun beats down, his phone useless with no signal. He's a man used to bending the world his way, until a flat tire leaves him helpless on a dusty back road. Then a young black kid strolls up, tools in hand, and fixes it like it's nothing. What happens next flips this rich man's life, and the boys, into a tale no one saw coming. It's a scorching August noon when Charles Wentworth, 76, finds himself stuck outside Shiloh, a speck of a town. In a faded polo and khakis, he's far from his penthouse polish, but this kid's quiet grit sparks something wild, something that'll echo way past that tire. It's a blistering August 12, 2024 in Shiloh, Georgia, a nowhere stretch where the pines lean heavy and the heat shimmers off cracked asphalt. Charles Wentworth, a silver-haired tycoon who built a fortune in real estate, isn't pacing boardrooms today. He's marooned on Route 19, his BMW's tire blown, the air thick with dust and frustration. In a wrinkled polo and scuffed loafers, he's no picture of wealth, just a guy glaring at a dead phone, stranded miles from his Atlanta high-rise. Charles thrives on control. Decades of deals taught him that. But now, he's got none. What he doesn't know is a 14-year-old named Jamal Carter's about to walk into his life and turn it upside down. Charles slumps in his driver's seat, the BMW's AC wheezing against the 92-degree haze. He's tapped his phone a dozen times. No bars, no help. Roadside assistance? A pipe dream out here. He's muttering curses, tugging at his collar when a shadow moves down the road. A kid, maybe 14, ambles up, faded tee clinging to his skinny frame, sneakers kicking up dust. Jamal Carter's got a steady stride, eyes sharp, scanning the car like he's sizing up a puzzle. Charles squints. Relief flickers, but so does that old unease, the kind wealth breeds when it meets the unfamiliar. "Flat tire, huh?" Jamal calls, voice clear, calm. Charles nods, gruff. "Yeah, phone's dead. You know anything about this?" Jamal grins, small but sure. "I got you." Jamal doesn't wait. Kneels by the tire, hands quick and certain. "Pop the trunk. Got a spare?" Charles points, watching this kid haul out a jack and wrench like he's done it 100 times. "Granddad showed me last year," Jamal says, not looking up, already pumping the jack. Charles leans against the car, arms crossed, a strange quiet settling in. He's used to hired help, suits, not kids in torn jeans, but Jamal's focus pulls him in. The tire's off in minutes, spare bolted on tight. Jamal wipes sweat on his sleeve, steps back. "Done." Charles blinks, humbled, off balance. He fumbles for his wallet, pulls a crisp $50. "Here, kid, take it." Jamal shakes his head, hands up. "Nah, I'm good. Just glad to help." Charles freezes, cash dangling, as Jamal turns and walks off, a speck shrinking down the road. Charles climbs back in, engine purring, but his head's stuck on Jamal. That night, in his Buckhead condo, marble floors, art nobody sees, he's restless. The steak on his plate goes cold, the scotch burns slow. He's met tycoons, sharks, climbers, always a catch, always a cost. But this kid? Nothing. Just a smile and gone. Jamal's faded tee, those worn kicks, they nag at him. No greed, no grovel, just grit. Charles leans back, glass in hand, replaying it. He's built towers, banked millions, but this 14-year-old's got something he's lost. Something raw, real. By morning, he's hooked, drives back to Shiloh, hunting for answers. Who is this kid? What's his deal? Charles cruises Route 19, eyes peeled, gas stations, diners, anywhere. Seen a kid, maybe 14, black, fixing tires? Most shrug, until a grizzled clerk at Shiloh Quick Stop nods. "Sounds like Jamal Carter. Helps everybody round here. Lives in Pine Hollow with his mom." Pine Hollow's 40 minutes east. Shabby homes, cracked sidewalks. Charles pulls up to a sagging house, paint peeling, porch creaking. He knocks, nerves jangling. Why's he even here? A woman answers. Lena Carter, 38, tired eyes, warm smile. "You the tire guy?" she asks, softening. "Jamal mentioned you. Come in." Inside's sparse. Old couch, kids' drawings on the walls, but it hums with life Charles's sterile condo can't touch. Lena calls Jamal from the yard. He's tinkering with a bike, grease on his hands. "Hey, mister," he says, surprised. Charles clears his throat. "Wanted to thank you right." Yesterday stuck with me, Jamal shrugs. Easy. No biggie. But to Charles, it's huge. Folks don't just help like that, he says, voice thick. Jamal tilts his head. Why not? If I can, I do. Charles stares. This kid's logic cuts through decades of cynicism. Lena watches, proud. He's always been like that. Takes after his granddad. Charles nods, glancing at the patched walls, the rickety table. They've got little, but they've got more than he does in ways that sting. I want to do something for you, Charles says, firm. Jamal frowns. We're fine. But Lena's quiet, curious. It's not charity, Charles insists. You gave me something. Let me give back. Next day, he's on the phone. Contractors, suppliers, old pals. By week's end, crews roll into Pine Hollow. New roof, fresh paint, a kitchen that doesn't leak. Jamal's wide-eyed, trailing the workers, asking about drills and beams. Lena's stunned. You didn't have to. But Charles waves it off. You reminded me what matters. This is right. Jamal's grin lights up. Charles feels it too, a spark he'd buried under money and marble. That house isn't just fixed. It's alive now, porch solid, swing set gleaming. Jamal's hooked, shadows the crew, dreams shifting from bikes to blueprints. Charles keeps coming back. Pine Hollow's no detour. It's home base. Lena's laugh, Jamal's chatter. They fill a hole he didn't know he had. Shiloh whispers about the tire kid and the old man who's gone soft. But it's strength, not softness. One act flipped it all. Jamal's kindness cracked Charles open, and he's not sealing it shut. Want more? Subscribe. Stay wired, stay real. This ain't just a story, it's a wake-up call.